This is the Oval Power Steel above-ground swimming pool set, and it's right here in my backyard. To start this quick review, let me talk about the shape, because it's one of the things that immediately caught my eye. The oval design isn't just about looks, it actually gives you more swimming space compared to a round pool of a similar width, while still fitting in smaller yards. At 16 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 42 inches deep, this pool feels pretty big once you get inside. It's got enough space for a family to swim, float around, or just sit and hang out together. For me, I was a little worried at first that it might be too large to set up alone, but I'll talk about that more in a bit. From my experience, the entire process of getting this pool set up wasn't nearly as stressful as I thought it would be. I'm not exactly a handy person, so I was honestly surprised at how easy it was. The instructions were clear, and you don't need lots of tools, which is always a win. It actually took me less than 2 hours to get all the pieces together, but if you can round up a second person, it'll definitely move even faster. The heaviest part was just laying out the frame, but once everything snapped into place, I could really see the sturdy structure and the quality of the material. Talking about key features, the pool frame is made from steel, and Bestway calls it corrosion resistant. What that means is the metal parts have a special coating, so the pool can handle wet conditions for a long time without getting rusty. The rest of the pool is mostly heavy plastic, and the liner is 3-ply PVC and polyester. This just means the walls have 3 layers to help avoid tears and punctures. Looking at it put together, the pool feels solid and steady, even when kids are jumping in and out. And the outside has this stone print that I actually like. It makes the pool feel more like a permanent part of the yard, not just a plastic thing you throw out for summer. One thing that almost held me back from buying an above-ground pool was the worry about keeping it clean and running. I know a lot of people get frustrated with pool maintenance, especially for first-timers, but the Oval Power Steel comes with a filter pump included in the set, along with a ladder and a pool cover. That means you pretty much get everything you need to start using the pool right out of the box. The pump is simple. It just moves water through a filter, helping to catch bugs, leaves, and dirt. There's even a timer on the pump, which is my favorite little feature. You can run the filter for 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10 hours, so you don't have to worry about remembering to turn it off. This timer saves electricity and gives some flexibility, especially when you're away or have a busy day. I'll be honest though, the filter pump in the kit is decent but not amazing. For everyday use, and if you clean the filter regularly, it's fine. But if you have a ton of leaves, or if you'll be swimming with a lot of people every day, you might want to look into upgrading to a better filter after a while. Lots of people talk about swapping out the filter for a sand filter, which is stronger and easier to clean, but you can totally get through your first season with what comes in the box. Another thing I appreciate is the ladder that comes with the set. It's lightweight but strong, and makes getting in and out much easier for everyone, especially for younger kids or if you're not super tall. There's also a pool cover included, which is a simple plastic sheet that goes over the top. This is a huge help for keeping out bugs and leaves at night, so you're not just fishing out junk every morning. Filling it up takes a while, just because it holds over 3,500 gallons of water. If you use a garden hose, it's going to take several hours. I planned mine overnight, and it worked out fine. The good thing is, once it's full, it really holds its shape. The water pressure pushes out on the liner, but that steel frame keeps things solid, and you don't get any scary bulging. The pool's shape means the water level stays even, and you don't have to worry about it collapsing if a few people sit in one corner. In my opinion, it's perfect for anyone who wants a reliable backyard pool experience but doesn't want to deal with the pain or cost of an in-ground pool. Because it's above ground, I didn't need any fancy tools, never had to dig up my yard, and I could take down the pool at the end of the summer if I wanted. It's also great for renters, because you don't have to make a permanent change to your space. I'll admit, I was worried at first about whether the pool would last more than one season. I'd heard stories about rust and liners getting holes, especially for above-ground models that sit outside all year. But after months of use, I can say that the materials hold up well, even with a bunch of kids splashing around. I do make sure to rinse off the metal frame every now and then, just to keep any pool chemicals from sitting and causing problems. If you keep the filter and the cover on when you're not using it, maintenance is pretty simple. One thing to think about is that you need a perfectly flat space to set up. If your yard is a bit uneven, take some time to level it out first. Otherwise, the water can push to one side and put extra stress on the frame. I used a shovel and a long board to check the level, and I'm glad I did. This step made the rest of the setup way easier and safer in the long run. From my experience, the pool isn't ideal for super active swimmers or lap swimming since it's not that long or deep. If you're looking mainly to relax, cool off, and splash with friends or family, it's the right fit. The depth is nice too. At 42 inches, even adults can enjoy floating and lounging. Small kids will probably need floaties or supervision, but for most families, it's just right. In conclusion, this pool is a great mix of size, strength, and convenience at a price that makes sense for a lot of people. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants summer fun in their backyard, with a product that isn't a headache to install or maintain. I really like that everything I needed was included, and even though the filter isn't the strongest, you get more than enough to get started. If you take care of the pool and use the accessories, you'll be set for a stress-free summer. You can view detailed information about the Oval Power Steel above-ground swimming pool set in the comments section. Thank you for watching.